Hey everybody, Darrin Christenberry here with Nathan Brooks. Today we're going to show you the Vertex Elevate target sight from Custom Bow Equipment.
Well, Darrin, there's a lot of features on this sight that really excite me as a target shooter because, in the past there's been some issues that we've had with sights that we want to make better, make it easier for target shooters to travel, things like that. And that being said, one of the nice things about this sight is that you can remove the scope housing. If you'll show that, you've got the...
Yep, there's a locking collar on the windage tube that has two little pins, and it's got two holes drilled there where it indexes correctly every time. So when you loosen this screw here on the front, you can pull your scope housing right off to mount it, put it right back in your case for safe travel. You never have to worry about broken lenses, bent sights. And when you put it back on, it indexes perfectly. Super solid feature on this new sight.
Yeah, and one of the other things is that it can quick slide from 20 to 100 yards really fast. Has the adjustment right here. It's super smooth, up and down elevation wise on the bar. So easy to adjust. Your indicator pin is easy to see. You got the metal sight tapes that, in downpouring rain, you don't have to worry about, oh man, that's getting smeared. That's such a good asset on a sight to be able to not worry about your weather conditions.
Yeah, they've enhanced the quad track design of this sight. It's got a really good grasp around your elevation bar, so you don't have a lot of slop. It won't wear at all, really, over time and your use. If you use this sight a lot, it really stays nice and solid and you don't get that slop in there.
Right, and speaking of that, zero backlash in your horizontal adjustments. Your windage adjustment is just absolutely super tight, one click. It's really fine adjustments too, because one click doesn't do a whole lot. If you're at 20 yards, you're probably not even going to see that one click. You have to add several before you even notice anything.
Yeah, the windage click and the elevation click, they're 2/1000ths for each click. When you feel that click, that's moving at 2/1000ths of an inch. And there's no backlash. When you go forward 2/1000ths, it comes backwards 2/1000ths. So that's a really nice addition.
For me, I'm a little bit of a klutz sometimes. And what I really like about this is this carbon rod, the extension arm. I can be confident that if my bow falls over, I'm not worried about this extension arm being bent or changing anything at all. It's very rugged, very rigid, and it's lightweight too.
Yeah, it also reduced the weight quite a bit. And it's very nice indexes on top here, right here. So your locking knob, you can get it very secure, put it right back in the same spot, goes in and out with ease, no problems at all.
The Elevate accepts the VTX sight from CBE, the scope housing from CBE, and it goes on nice and clean. If you'll notice how everything it complements each other.
Yeah, for those of you in the past that have had custom bow equipment sights and have tried to use computer programs, the older sights weren't compatible with like Archer's Advantage. This sight is now compatible with all your computer software, so getting those accurate sight tapes are not an issue any longer.
A 24 click,
20 turn.
20 turn.
Yep. Another feature that CBE is known for is the laser engraved metal sight tapes. There's lots of adjustments. There's two sets of holes in the bar now where you can raise, depending on your peep height, where your scope setting is. You can put your scales low or high. You have a wide range of adjustment for your indicator needle, and you can also put your scales on both sides. It's drilled and tapped for both sides now.
Yeah, and we have a new magnifier too that we can attach to the Elevate sight that is absolutely great for old eyes.
Like mine.
Or anyone's eyes that's struggling to see those little fine adjustments that you need to be able to notice, whether you're adjusting for a half yard or every little click that you put into your sight, you can now see it easily with the magnifier.
Yeah, this is machined out. There's no way to get it wrong. There's two little holes, two little screws in the magnifier. The magnifier drops in, tighten it up, you're ready to go.
On the Elevate sight, we have first, second, and third axis adjustments. It's very simple to make these adjustments. Darrin, show.
Yeah, your first axis adjustment is going to be these two screws right here. And what that does, you need to level your elevation bar to your bowstring or to your bow. When you're running it from all the way at the top or all the way at the bottom, if it's running at an angle, your sight pins and your arrow impact's going to go left and right depending on where you're at. So you need to make sure you have a first axis adjustment, which are these two screws right here.
So your second axis adjustment is made with these two screws right here, and that will adjust the level in the scope housing in order to get it level on the second axis. It's very simply done. Loosen the top, loosen the bottom, and you can make that adjustment real simple.
Yeah, and that will lead you to your third axis adjustment, which are these two screws right here on the bottom. And what that does is allows you to move this scope housing forward and backwards. And this needs to be done, to have it correctly done, it needs to be done at full draw. You know, there's tools that you can use to make this happen, but the torque that you put into a bow when you're drawing it and how much your draw length, there's a lot of factors there, but having that third axis correct, shooting steep angles out of a tree stand or, you know, at a Redding style tournament, your target shooters, you have to have that third axis for your steep uphill and downhill. It needs to be correct for your arrow to impact in a perfect line.
Yeah, if you want to shoot good, that all those axes are really important. First, second, and third, all of those have to be spot
on. The Vertex Elevate comes with all the mounting hardware you need to put this right on your bow and get going. Also comes in this nice padded travel case so you can safely transport your sight to and from tournaments. Go to your local dealer, ask for the custom bow equipment, Vertex Elevate. Check out the whole lineup at custombowequipment.com.